entering the country, is he's talking about this in the context of the Orlando shooting. For our viewers who haven't heard this yet, I'm sure you have, just to make sure everyone is on the same page, the man who committed this attack is a U.S. citizen. He was born right here in New York City. That you need to understand as you're listening to Donald Trump lay out his proposals. Barry, is this what you were hoping to hear from Donald Trump as a supporter of his in the aftermath of this attack?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great stage setter for the campaign in the fall. I mean, you've got the Hillary who wants to ban guns and Donald Trump who wants to ban terrorists. And I think the vast majority of America is with Donald Trump on this one.
Yeah, but Barry, not ban terrorists. He wants to ban all Muslims from entering the country.
Well, there's a reason why. No. Come on now. What he wants to do is to stop terrorist Muslim immigration until we can figure out who the terrorists are and who they aren't. Right. We can't just like let them in and let them sort themselves out. This is crazy. It's a crazy policy. Here. This
guy is as much of an American citizen as Donald Trump is. He was born in New York City like Donald Trump. His parents immigrated from outside the United States, just like Donald Trump's parents.
He's been watched by the FBI for almost a decade.
Yeah, but what does banning all Muslims from coming into the country going to change about what happened in Orlando?
Well, that's
nothing.
Nothing. That doesn't have anything to do with this guy. It has to do with his parents. He wouldn't be here if his parents didn't come.
No.
Michael Nutter, Mayor Michael Nutter, weigh in.
Well, his parents came at least by 1987, which was just a few years before the 9/11 attacks. I mean, I don't know when the parents came, but the young person is 29 years old. So how far is Mr. Trump going to go back to start throwing people out of the United States of America? This makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
he is unfortunately a United States citizen. He keeps talking about banning Muslims. That's what he said. He tripled down on that in this speech while talking about bigly, which may not even be a word, but we'll put that to the side. He wants to ban Muslims. This is a rehash of everything that he's talked about before.
Ban on Muslims from entering the United States days after the attacks in San Bernardino. We have talked about this so much, and I can recall, I'm old enough to remember, when this was a total ban on Muslims coming into the country temporarily until they can figure out what the hell is going on, in Donald Trump's words. And then through the course of the campaign, this became a suggestion, not necessarily a promise. This became much less than that, according to Donald Trump and the campaign. And now it is once again his priority, his chief proposal. Why the wavering, Barry? What's going on here?
I don't see any wavering. In the next 12 months, we're going to let another 100,000 people in from Middle Eastern countries, some of which don't like us very much at all. And we know precious little about any of them. That is a stupid policy, and it should stop. We have to come up with a scheme that allows us to sort them out. And until we do, we should halt. We should pause until we figure this out. This is not radical. For goodness sakes, this is common sense.
You know, interesting, though, Barry, I have heard from those in the intelligence community that it is an absolute cop-out to say you want a temporary ban on people coming into the country, because there is no better system to actually vet. The system, they say, is good. It's not going to get better. Absolutely. It is a cop-out to say that it's only going to be temporary, because it's either a full-on, all-out ban, own it, or don't. That's what I'm being told by those in the intelligence community.
Well, then, Kate, the question becomes, how many terrorists will we allow to come into the country? How many are acceptable? How many deaths are acceptable?
With regard to what we're seeing today, to date, is you haven't really let any of them in.
Are we talking about this past weekend?
If you're talking about this past weekend, which is the whole impetus and motivation behind the speech of Donald Trump today and the speech from Hillary Clinton.
The speech was planned before Saturday.
It was a hit. What this speech was planned for today was taking on the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton scandals. We all very well know that the tone of this speech has changed in the aftermath of Orlando. And let's be honest, Donald Trump started this speech with a moment of silence to honor those victims of everyone who died. This speech definitely has to do with Orlando. So don't play with me on that one, Barry.
I didn't say it wasn't about Orlando. You said the speech was written.
Hang on, Mayor. We can't hear each other. We're talking on each other. Go ahead, Barry. Finish, and then go, Mayor.
I apologize.
I mean, it comes down to a very common sense issue. How many terrorists are we going to allow in the country, and what should we do to try to stop it? Hillary Clinton wants to ban guns. That doesn't do anything with this. That doesn't do anything. I mean, you know, if we could ban, the mayor, we could ban all the guns in Philadelphia. It doesn't stop all the crimes in Philadelphia.